Okay, I haven't talked about him in a while though, but today I'm going to talk about Future Trunks though. Ever since the Cell saga has ended and the Majin Buu saga came around, a lot of people's been wondering, why haven't Future Trunks haven't came back and tried to at least fight alongside with Vegeta, Goku, and Piccolo and all the rest against Majin Buu or Fat Buu or Kid Buu or whatever. A lot of people was wondering, like, hey, why Future Trunks wasn't in the Majin Buu saga? Would he would have been any help? Now, the last time I seen Future Trunks, he was in a couple of movies. He was in the legendary Super Saiyan Broly movie. He was in Android 13 movie. He was in BoJack. Now that was the last time I seen him, because last time I seen him was in the BoJack movie in the Cell Saga when he went back to the future and stopped Future Cell and he killed Android 17 and 18, and then he told Bulma that he'll be back, and then he sent Future Cell. So he killed Future Cell and he told Future Cell that he already killed 17 and 18. But that's the last time since I've seen Future Trunks though. Now, a lot of people are wondering, why haven't he appeared in the Majin Buu saga? Or, would have been any help? Some are saying, will Future Trunks make an appearance on Dragon Ball Super? Some people are wondering, is he dead or alive? Some people are wondering how strong this Future Trunks is right now. Now, that's a very tough question to answer, though, but I'm going to give you guys my opinion on what he could be possibly be doing. Now, since he killed Future Cell and Android 17, he went back to the future. Maybe Fat Boo might have turned him into chocolate. Because you got to think, Cell and the androids was defeated in the future. So you got to think, okay, did he defeat Majin Buu? Fat Boo, which I think Fat Boo probably turned him into chocolate and probably killed him. And I'm not gonna sit there and count Dragon Ball Hero where he went Super Saiyan 3 and killed Fat Boo. I'm not gonna even count that because that ain't even real. They didn't even explain the details on how he became a Super Saiyan 3 when he killed Fat Boo and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna even count that along that. So fuck Dragon Ball Hero. I'm not gonna count that with that though, because they didn't explain how he became a Super Saiyan 3 Future Trunks though. But as I was saying, Future Trunks probably got eaten by Fat Boo, because even though he defeated Cell and Android 17 and 18, you gotta wonder, how he dealt with Fat Boo. Because I know Fat Boo is still alive, and I know by now he probably killed Bobbity and probably going around destroying shit. We know Fat Boo isn't gonna just sit there and live a normal life. And the only reason why Fat Boo stopped destroying things because of Mr. Satan. And we know Mr. Satan is dead. Because if you remember, Goku died of a heart virus in the future and all that stuff like that. And Android was just going around just killing people. So I'm going to assume that Mr. Satan was one of those victims that got killed by Android 17 and 18, or probably got killed by Cell. So Mr. Satan's probably dead or probably just hiding somewhere on the down low trying to protect himself from the androids or whatever. So we can count him out in the future though. So yes, he probably got killed by Fat Boo. Fat Boo, like I was saying, probably turned him into chocolate. And even if Future Trunks does somehow gets lucky and defeats Fat Boo, you gotta worry about Lord Beerus. Lord Beerus might appear up there 6 months later and look for the legendary Super Saiyan God. Lord Beerus come to Earth and look for a Super Saiyan God, and I'm pretty sure that he'll probably challenge Future Trunks, and Future Trunks get his ass whooped, and then Lord Beerus probably destroy the Earth. So yeah, Future Trunks probably could be dead. Now, some say, would Future Trunks be any help if he would have made his appearance around the Majin Buu saga or Dragon Ball Super? Honestly, it would not have made much of a difference. Even though I like Future Trunks, but it really wouldn't have made much of a difference if he was in Dragon Ball Z in the Majin Buu saga. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference, although he would have been there. Because I can see him and Vegeta probably fighting, because Vegeta's being manipulated by Babidi. Vegeta allowed Babidi to control him. Vegeta actually, because Vegeta even said it himself, he allowed himself to be falling under Babidi's spell. So I can see future Trunks probably sitting there trying to knock some sense into his father, though. But Vegeta pretty much knocks future Trunks out the way, saying that his only intention is to fight Goku. So I can see future Trunks and Gohan going ahead and trying to stop Fat Buu from hatching out of that egg, though. So I can see Gohan and future Trunks teaming up and going against the Dorio. I can actually see that possibly happening. But other than that, I don't see him being too much of a help in the Majin Buu saga, though. I really don't see that too much of a help of him. Now, Dragon Ball Super, they're going into a direction of gods. So even if future Trunks came back and tried to help out Goku and then to go against Lord Beerus, it would be pretty much the same thing. Because, for one, he would have been sitting on the bench just like Piccolo and Gohan. He'd have been sitting on the side and watching Goku and Vegeta fight the gods and stuff like that. So future Trunks would not have been that much of a help. Unless they bring him back as a Super Saiyan God. Let's say if Lord Beerus spared him and, future Trunks wanted to train under Lord Beerus and what you call him, they can do it that way. But future Trunks, in my opinion, would not have been much of a help if he would have came back to the Majin Buu saga or Dragon Ball Super. It really wouldn't have made much of a difference, though. Do I want to see future Trunks come back? Absolutely. Because I've always liked future Trunks better than I like little Trunks. I've always liked future Trunks a lot better than little Trunks. I never really liked little Trunks. He's so cocky, and I don't like the kid. Sad thing to say is little Trunks can actually kick future Trunks' ass. That's only if he did fusion with Goten. If little Trunks did fusion with Goten, then yes, he would basically own the shit out of future Trunks, though. But that all depends if he's just dragging around, if he wastes too much time on the fusion, though. But without that fusion, oh no, future Trunks will kick little Trunks' ass, big time. No lie, though. But if little Trunks do fusion with Goten, then I say he has a chance of beating future Trunks, though. But future Trunks would beat his ass in a one-on-one fight. Simple as that, though. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say about future Trunks, though. I hope someday they do bring him back, though. There's really not much he can do. I mean, what would be the purpose of bringing him back unless he comes back and warn Goku with them that there's another powerful force that's going to come there in the next 6 months, 2 years or so. Maybe he might go back and warn Goku again, though. So, I don't know. Some say future Trunks might have kids. He might have kids. He might be a father by now. Who knows? He could be, though. But I think future Trunks is probably dead, though. Because I think, like I was saying, either Fat Buu probably turned him into chocolate, because I know Fat Buu is still alive in the future, or Lord Beerus came to Earth and destroyed because he failed to find a Super Saiyan God. Because I know Lord Beerus and Trunks probably going to go at it, and Trunks fails, and Lord Beerus destroy Earth. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I know about Future. I think Future Trunks is probably dead, but it'll fool me if he's still alive or not. If they ever decide to bring him back. But that's all I wanted to say, though. This video is getting a little bit too long now. I think Future Trunks is probably dead, in my opinion. I just think he is, because I just don't see him beating Fat Buu and then getting past Lord Beerus. I just don't see that. And even if he does get lucky and defeat Fat Buu, he's got to be worried about Lord Beerus coming to there, destroying Earth. So yeah, he's fucked either way, in my opinion, though. But anyway, it's your boy OP. I'm out. Peace.